California Governor Jerry Brown is getting nervous. He acknowledged this morning he might not reach a budget deal by his self-imposed deadline of Thursday. And if that happens, his ballot measure to extend taxes could be in deep trouble. KUSI's Steve Bosch has details now from the newsroom. Steve?
Well, Sasha, the governor is becoming increasingly, frustrated. Time is running out to get his taxes on the ballot, and the income tax has already expired. The sales and vehicle taxes expire in June.
The governor's self-imposed deadline is Thursday, March 10th. He's been meeting with individual Republicans, but he's been unable to get the 4 Republican votes necessary to put his tax extensions on the ballot.
I think it might take a few more days than that, the rate we're going. So people are nervous and they want to deal with all these other collateral issues.
There's been talk of a few Republicans who might cave in, but it hasn't happened.
I'm not aware of any Republicans who've come out and said they want to vote to move a tax hike along whatsoever. I'm very proud of the fact that Republicans have held very firm. They've clearly heard the voice of taxpayers who don't want to see a further tax hike.
Ron Nehring is the Republican state chairman. On the tax issue, he says the battle lines are clear.
We have a party that will raise taxes whenever they can, and that's the Democratic Party. And we have a party that's saying no to that, and that's the Republican Party.
Governor Brown says the Republicans are the party of no. He says Democrats have supported cuts if taxes are part of the deal, but Republicans have offered nothing.
So far, the Republicans haven't suggested any cuts. And I want to know, this is about budget, and it's tough budget cuts, tough realignment changes between state and local government, and they've been fairly silent on that.
Nehring says the governor and the Democrats have to attack the drivers of why government gets more and more expensive every year.
Why is it that the private sector companies can adjust and reduce their costs when they have to, but government can never seem to do the same thing? They can only ratchet their costs up, they can never ratchet it down.
So the two sides are at a standstill, and that's not good for Governor Brown. He needs the special election in June because that's when the taxes expire. If a deal isn't done this week, Brown's special election could be in jeopardy. County Registrar Deborah Seiler says she needs 88 days to prepare for an election. Her deadline is March 11th, on Friday. And that's why the governor's self-imposed deadline was Thursday, March 10th.
So the governor in somewhat of a bind here. He has said if this doesn't go to the ballot, or if the voters reject the tax extensions, he will propose an all-cuts budget. Now, in that event, he would be fighting with the Democrats instead of Republicans. Sasha?
It doesn't look very good here. It looks pretty grim on all counts. Is that March 11th deadline for the registrar, is that a hard and fast deadline?
Well, there is some flexibility there, some leeway. The problem is having an election in June. The registrar has to prepare for all sorts of materials for the ballot. She's got to hire part-time people, recruit volunteers who are vital, and in June, many of those may be on vacation. She wouldn't give me a drop-dead deadline, but says even a few weeks could make the election problematic.
Problematic is a good word. We'll see
Yeah.
if there's a plan B. Thank you, Steve.
Okay.